essentially Amr ibn al-As radiallahu anhu fighting this battle primarily against the commander of the Byzantine army. Umar radiallahu anhu assisted him by dispatching smaller armies to other places, like one towards Baytul Maqdis, for example, one toward another region, one towards another region, so that they would not be able to assemble all of their forces. The forces that they had brought to the battlefield were great enough, but this was his way of distracting them, keeping them busy, until Amr ibn al-As radiallahu anhu eventually won that battle. To meet him, Umar radiallahu anhu was simply traveling by himself with one khadim, with one servant, Aslam, and they only had one camel between them. And Abu Ubaidah radiallahu anhu, who is not an ordinary man by any measure, he was called the Amin of this ummah. When Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu passes away some 2.5 years after becoming the Khalifa, and Umar radiallahu anhu takes the reins, the battle of Yarmouk has started, the battle scene is set. He radiallahu anhu makes Abu Ubaidah ibn al-Jarrah radiallahu anhu the Amirul Umara, the commander-in-chief, and he unites all of the armies under one leader, and it was a ferocious battle, and the Muslims won. From there, the Muslims proceeded to conquer a number of other areas in that region, like the city of Damascus, the city of Hims, the region of Fihl, and the battle of Ajnadin, some call it Ajnadain, also took place. This was also a fierce battle. In fact, Ibn Jarir al-Tabari rahimahullah says that this battle was just as ferocious as the battle of Yarmouk itself, and thousands of men were slain on both sides. And this was essentially Amr ibn al-As radiallahu anhu fighting this battle primarily against the commander of the Byzantine army. Umar radiallahu anhu assisted him by dispatching smaller armies to other places, like one towards Baytul Maqdis, for example, one toward another region, one towards another region, so that they would not be able to assemble all of their forces. The forces that they had brought to the battlefield were great enough, but this was his way of distracting them, keeping them busy, until Amr ibn al-As radiallahu anhu eventually won that battle. Then he makes his way towards Baytul Maqdis, and there are already armies there keeping the people busy, keeping them engaged or distracted, and he lays siege. He is consulting with Umar ibn al-Khattab radiallahu anhu. Abu Ubaidah ibn al-Jarrah radiallahu anhu, who is the chief commander, he is busy organizing the armies and dealing with all of these other battles in all of these other regions. Amr ibn al-As radiallahu anhu starts the siege. And after 3 days, as they try to approach the city of Jerusalem, which is a fortified city, they rained arrows on them, which the Muslims shielded themselves using their shields. And this happened almost on a daily basis. The Muslims continued to keep this hisar, this siege going, and it lasted for some 4 months. Finally, the commander of the Byzantines sent a message to Amr ibn al-As radiallahu anhu. And he's referred to in the books as Artabun. So he said that, look, you should give up any hope of conquering any piece of Palestine after Ajnadin. That's all you're going to get from here. So be happy and go away. You're not getting anything else. Amr ibn al-As radiallahu anhu sent a message back to him. And he said, I am the conqueror of this place. And he told the messenger that I want you to note down what his response is. He did this deliberately. Just tell me what he says. So when he delivered that message, the commander laughed. And he said, oh, no, it's not you. The one who will conquer this place, we know who it is Umar. His name is Umar, not Amr. And Amr ibn al-As radiallahu anhu is meanwhile in correspondence with Umar ibn Khattab radiallahu anhu, and he says, look, this is the situation. And during this time, the people of Jerusalem, they say, we are ready to submit. We are ready to give up. But the condition is that our giving up the city, all of this has to be managed by your Amir, by Umar ibn al-Khattab himself. Otherwise, we'll keep fighting. So when Amr ibn al-As radiallahu anhu updated Umar ibn al-Khattab radiallahu anhu about this, he made mashwara with his companions, and they said, yes, you should go. If they are prepared to peacefully hand over the city, and you are the one who can facilitate that, then definitely you should go. So Umar radiallahu anhu made his way. Now, Umar ibn al-Khattab radiallahu anhu, when he came, he arrived first at Jabiyah, which is southwest of Jerusalem. And there Abu Ubaidah ibn al-Jarrah and the other commanders came to meet him. Umar radiallahu anhu was simply traveling by himself with one khadim, with one servant, Aslam. And they only had one camel between them. And they were taking turns. So when they approached Jabiyah, it was the turn of the slave, the servant, to ride. And he says, look, Amir al-Mu'mineen, I understand it's my turn, but we have now reached, it's not appropriate that we enter in such a way that, I'm on the camel and you're walking. Umar said, no, it doesn't change. It doesn't change. So he forced him to get on the camel. He picked up his shoes in his hands because it was this muddy, swampy area that they had to go through. So in one hand he has his shoes, in the other hand he's holding the rope of the camel, and there he goes trudging, and everyone is watching this spectacle. And Abu Ubaidah radiallahu anhu, who is not an ordinary man by any measure, he was called the Amin of this ummah, the trustee of this ummah. He is seeing this and he says, look, we are about to enter into a very serious negotiation, and look at you, you're wearing your torn and tattered clothes, and you're holding the rein of the camel, you're all dirty and muddy, like what are you doing? Umar radiallahu anhu got even more angry. He said, Abu Ubaidah, if someone else said these words to me, I would give them a punishment, that would be a lesson for everyone. And then he said those famous words, that kunna adall nas, we were the lowliest of people. We were the most humiliated of people. فَأَعَزَّنَ اللَّهُ بِالْإِسْلَامِ. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala honored us because of our Islam, not because of our appearance, not because of our possessions, our wealth, or anything else. لَوْ ابْتَغَيْنَا الْعِزَّةَ بِغَيْرِ مَا أَعَزَّنَ اللَّهُ أَذَلَّنَ اللَّهُ. If today we seek honor and respect through any other medium besides that through which Allah gave us respect, He will once again restore us to that state of disgrace. Khair, the commanders insisted that he change his clothes, he get on another animal. And initially he hesitated, he refused, but they won him over. He changed his clothes, he got on this fancy, beautiful horse. And this horse, being a thoroughbred, had this trot, it had this very proud walk. And as soon as Umar radiallahu anhu sensed that, he jumped off. He says, no. He says, no. This animal is a shaitan. Bring me back my camel. So he went back to his original state, same clothes, same animal, and there he goes trudging off.